Okay, what's up, everybody? I am live on all of my channels except for VK, which I'm not streaming to that one anymore. I will not be monitoring the chat. The chat will not be up on my screen. It will not be up here. I'm not going to be looking at the chat number. Just verifying that I'm live. And, I tried talking to you guys the last few times. You guys just didn't want to talk to me. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go live like I used to when I started. Like Jimmy Dore does. When Jimmy Dore goes live, he never reads the chat. Oh, well, sure, his wife will read the ones that they pay for, at the end of the show or when he's on break. But he doesn't look at the chat, and he does just fine. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. And I tell you what, you guys want the chat back on? Fine. You can go find my pinned tweet at Nays Garden. It's at Nays Garden, not at Nays Garden Show. It's at Nays Garden. And you can start liking that tweet. And when that tweet has 20 likes, like it should have had yesterday, then, I'll go ahead and I'll, well, it was actually this morning that I put the tweet up, so it should have already had the fucking 20 likes. It should have had 50 fucking likes on it. It's a good tweet. So I'm just going to say this. If you want the chat back up, you guys can go ahead and you can run on over to Twitter right now and you can get me to 20 likes and I'll turn the chat back on and I'll start reading your chats. But until then, I don't even have your chat turned on. I'm not going to be talking to you personally. You guys don't talk to me. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to do my stuff. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to look at stuff. I might have some comments to make, and I'll just do it all in my own space, like you're not even here. And then people in the future can watch the show and enjoy it for not even being here, because it'll be just like, when they caught it live. Because I'm not going to be interacting with y'all, since y'all don't want to interact with me. So, I see I got a couple likes. Oh, all of a sudden you guys learned how to use Twitter real quick. Funny, huh? Well, where have you been? Where have you been the last few days? I told you guys to like my stuff. I told you guys to retweet my shit on here. And I'm serious about it, man. I'm sick of the lack of support that I get. So, you go over there, you go to Twitter, you want the chat to come back on, and this will last, I don't care, you guys want to drag this out for days, weeks, months, go ahead. Blow it off all you want. Try me and see where it's going to get y'all. All right? I've had it. After the last two shows, I went live. I had 20 people watching. I couldn't get anybody to talk to me for 5 minutes, several times. And, a couple of you guys did talk, and I do appreciate you guys that did that. It wasn't enough, though. I'm telling you. It wasn't enough. Too little, too late. And if you... Anyhow, so I'm just going to do my show, and we just talk about me, and I can tell you about my life, and I can completely, eject you from my live's podcast since you don't want to support me, and I'll just stop supporting y'all. Yeah, I don't care what you have to say since you don't care what I have to say. All right, why should I have chat up if you're not even going to use it? Why should I sit here and be abused by motherfuckers that do come in here to abuse me while you guys just sit there with thumbs up your asses? No, thank you. Oh, somebody else liked my tweet. Yeah. See if you can get it to 20. Best of luck to all of you. And if it goes to 20, I'll bring the chat back. Until then, you guys will just have a dead show. Nope, you won't be able to talk to me. You guys can talk to each other all you want. You can spam, you can say whatever you want. I'm not even looking at it, and I don't care. You want to contact me, you can contact me on Twitter. That's it. Period. All right? And if you don't like it, well, then you should have been on Twitter retweeting me. You should have been on my chat saying something when I asked you to. But thanks for the 6 likes. Now it's got 6 likes. It's fucking pathetic. And so is my audience. Non-supportive pieces of garbage that you are. All of you could be doing this. I want you to know that. That's how I feel about you. I was out in the sun all day hanging out with my friends. I was taking pictures. I was putting on. You can go see all the pictures. They're on that thread. What about female AR-15 owners, Jank? Yeah, that's the tweet. It's my pinned tweet. It's on @Nays Garden. All of you guys are more than welcome to head on over there. Right now. You want the chat to come back up. I highly recommend it. But, if I don't get 20 likes on that, you're going to get a show with no chat on it. You could be telling me that your mother's choking to death, in the living room right now, and I won't know and I won't care. since you guys don't give a shit about what I have to say lately. So this is the way it's going to be. And like I said, Jimmy Dore does this every show. He ignores his audience every show. So, well, maybe that'll start working for me. And maybe I'll get a new crowd to watch this show. Yeah, I don't even care how many people are watching right now. I'm just here to get high, blow off some steam, have some fun. And, I think I'll leave the chatting with my friends in real life instead of chatting with y'all since it doesn't work anymore. Okay? All right, great. All right, let's see what I have going on today. You guys like it like this? Didn't have to be this way, guys. You could have played ball. You could have played ball. But you didn't want to. So, like I said, no chat until my pinned tweet gets 20 likes. It's at 6 right now. New York Times admits Ukraine won't win the war. That's a Jimmy Dore show. I think I'll watch that.
How is it going to
end?
And
if I have some comments, I'll make some comments about it.
It's going to end in Ukraine. It's going to end however Vladimir Putin wants it to end. But how it's going to end is they're going to keep that Crimea. They're going to keep the section of.
This sucks for y'all, doesn't it?
It's going to stay under Russian control. That's what's going to happen. That's how I see it happening.
Didn't she used to love all the attention I used to give you guys?
Said that Ukraine has to cede territory to Russia to end this. Whether they want to or not. So how does it end? Fissures emerge over what constitutes victory in Ukraine. So let me go all the way to the end. So here's how it's going to end. So right now, in pink, this is all controlled by Russia. This is the Donbass. Right, Jackson? I got this right?
Yes.
So there's Donetsk, there's Luhansk, and so Russia has all this. And the purple is held by Ukraine. Okay, you see? All right, you see the problem? So this is all going to stay with Russia. So this is Mariupol is over here. We talked about that. That's where they defeated the Nazis, the Azov Battalion. And
the evacuation zone?
That's where they evacuated them. So
evacuated.
So this is all going to go to Russia, right? Would you agree with that, Jackson?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Because when they had in 2014, when the United States helped overthrow the Ukraine government and install people who were friendly to Nazis, they were supposed to leave this area alone. This is the eastern part of Ukraine. They were supposed to leave this alone because all these people speak Russian, and they didn't want to go along with the coup, and because they don't like Nazis, and they have an affinity to Russia. So the Ukraine Nazis started shelling these people. They've been doing it for 8 years. They killed 14,000 of the people in this area. So finally, after being provoked, Russia then came in to protect these people and to keep Ukraine from joining NATO. That's two of the big reasons. So that's how this is going to end. So here's what they say. So the important thing is they're starting to say it in the New York Times. So let me just show you what the New York Times is saying. Okay, here we go. 3 months into Russia's invasion of Ukraine, America and its allies are quietly debating the inevitable question, how does it end? I already told you, but let's listen to what they say. In recent days, presidents and prime ministers, as well as the Democratic and Republican Party leaders in the United States, have called for victory in Ukraine. But just beneath the surface are real divisions about what would...
I'm monitoring the thread, you guys, my pinned tweet at Nay's Garden. My original Twitter. Okay, it got a couple. You guys, two of you went over there and liked it. If you guys want to comment on the tweet thread, feel free. All right, that's the only place I'm going to see you typing. But I see Karen. Karen's the only one out of all of you. Really, it's Karen, my favorite audience member. Karen, she's the only one that's over there on Twitter retweeting that tweet. Crazy, huh? I mean, pictures of me and all my buddies hanging out down at the Springs today, on the beach. Pictures of me and my buddy across the street. Pictures of my friends hanging out behind me. We were having so much fun. I got so many pictures of that party today. You know, you could go to Twitter and go see all that. It's on that thread. You know, the thread, it says, what about female AR-15 owners, Jank? It's... Mom, look in the backyard, Mom! Look in the backyard! Oh my God. Oh my God. Not that you all deserve this, but there's a fawn. I know. Where'd they go? Where'd the baby go? God damn it. I don't know why I go out of my way to do this for y'all. You so don't deserve this shit. The only one of you that deserves this right now, basically, everybody that's like that tweet, and Karen. It's so stupid that we have to go through this every day for me to beg you to get on Twitter, to support me on Twitter. It's got 8 likes now, so hey, yeah, and feel free if you guys want to talk, chat with me. You can chat with me on that thread. You know, I'm monitoring that thread right now. So, you know, like I said, Karen said something on there. She's the only one who figured out how to chat. Karen, you're the smartest one out of everybody in there. Where the hell did the fawn go? It was just there. There's a tiny little fawn that was in front of that buck with its doe mother, and I don't know where they went, man. I don't want to move too rapidly, but... Dude, I hope they bring the fawn back. That's the father. That's the proud father right there.
Would look like and whether victory has the same definition in the United States and Europe, and perhaps most importantly, in Ukraine. In the past few days alone, there has been an Italian proposal for a ceasefire, a vow from Ukraine's leadership to push Russia back to the borders that existed before the invasion launched on February 24th, and renewed discussion by administration officials about a strategic defeat for President Vladimir Putin, one that would assure that he is incapable of mounting a similar attack again. At a moment when the United States refers to Russia as a pariah state that needs to be cut off from the world economy, others, largely in Europe, are warning of the dangers of isolating and humiliating Putin. The administration now sees a chance to punish Russian aggression, weaken Mr. Putin, shore up NATO and transatlantic alliance, and send a message to China too. Along the way, it wants to prove that aggression is not rewarded with territorial gains. The differences over war aims broke into the open at the World Economic Forum in Davos this week, as Henry Kissinger, of all frickin' people, the 99-year-old former Secretary of State, suggested that Ukraine would likely have to give up some territory in a negotiated settlement, though he added that ideally the dividing line should be a return to the status quo before the invasion, which included the Russian annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the seizure of parts of the Donbass, like I just told you. Henry Kissinger can see how this is going to end. He said it's going to end just like as I told you at the top of this segment. Almost immediately, President Zelensky of Ukraine accused Kissinger of appeasement, retorting angrily that I get the sense that instead of the year 2022, Kissinger has 1938 on his calendar. So those are So he's saying that because if he goes along with a negotiated settlement, the Nazis will kill him inside of Ukraine. That's why Zelensky can't go for a negotiated peace settlement. He was referring to the year Hitler began his sweep across Europe, the event that caused Mr. Kissinger, then a teenager, to flee with his family to New York. Nobody heard from him then that it was necessary to adapt to the Nazis instead of fleeing them or fighting them. So that's what. So they're saying that hey, Kissinger fled.
Fleed.
Differing objectives, of course, make it all the more difficult to define what victory or even a muddled peace would look like. And they foreshadow a coming debate about what position Mr. Zelensky and his Western allies would take if negotiations to end the conflict finally get going. But Mr. Zelensky has at various moments voiced contradictory views on what it would take to end the war, even offering to commit his country to neutrality rather than aspiring to join NATO. If Mr. Zelensky agreed to some concessions, would the United States and his allies lift many of their crushing sanctions, including the export controls that have forced Russia to shutter some of its factories for building tanks? Or would doing that doom their hopes of crippling Russia's future capabilities?
Jimmy, you guys
In
notice?
the end, American officials say the heart...
Jimmy is slurring his words lately. I don't know what's going on with him, man. I'm kind of concerned a little bit. You know, I hope he's not having health issues. But I've noticed this now. This is the third time I've heard him doing this. I hope he's not on some fucked up drug or something, you know. The doctor might have him on.
Choices will have to be made by Mr. Zelensky and his government. But
Or maybe he's just having a little cocktails, you know, during the show, which is okay.
they are acutely aware.
They're
that if
acutely
Mr.
aware of
Putin gets
this.
his land bridge. to
It's
start
okay.
war, or sanctions are partially lifted. Mr. Biden will be accused by Republican critics and perhaps some Democrats of essentially rewarding Putin for his effort to redraw the map of Europe by force. So do you see what there's...
You guys, there's 8 likes on that tweet, my pinned tweet at Nays Garden. It says, "What about female AR-15 owners, Jank?" Until that has 20 likes, that you guys could be retweeting it. You know, to get it out to more people, to get more and ask people to like it and shit. You could. If you want that chat on, you'll do it. You'll do it right now. You know, this isn't riveting. It's not keeping my interest, at least. So, you know, take a moment to go download the Twitter app. Go find @Nays Garden. Find my pinned tweet. It says, "What about female AR-15 owners, Jank?" Let me know. Let me know if you're having a hard time finding the tweet. Oh, that's right. You can't let me know because your chat's turned off. Because you guys don't talk to me anyway.
If Biden
You're
does
being
the right thing,
punished.
they're going to call him an appeaser.
All of you are being
That's what he
punished,
said.
just so you know.
NATO and
You've been a
European
horrible
Union
audience
have been
lately.
surprisingly united so far in supporting Ukraine, both with painful economic sanctions aimed at Russia and in supplying an increasing quantity of weapons to Ukraine, though no jet fighters or advanced tanks. But the unity is under strain. Hungary, which has supported 5 earlier sanction packages, has balked at an embargo on Russian oil. There's a Fisher. And the Europeans are not even trying, at least for now, to cut off their imports of Russian gas. Fisher.
14 comments.
France, Italy, and Germany, the biggest and richest countries of the
Adam-
world, are anxious
Adam
about
Merkel
a long
says-
war, or one that ends frozen.
Adam Merkel says, "I don't own guns anymore because I have children now, but when the time comes that I need one, there will be enough lying around on the ground. There are many ways to defend oneself without a gun." You know, it's funny, everybody. Adam Merkel is smarter than a lot of you guys. He figured out how to get his chat read out on this live stream. And all you other ones, thumbs up your asses, can't seem to figure it out. Way to go, Adam. I'll go live when this tweet has 20 likes. Fuck that. You know it's a good tweet. That's got 1 like. 1 person liked it. Thank you, whoever that was. A beautiful picture of me with some of my friends standing behind me. Beautiful smile. That's got 2 likes. Well, thank you. Thank you for the 2 likes and the 1 retweet. Guess no more shows then, guys, I said. 2 likes, 2 retweets. Karen says, retweet, folks. No more shows until 20 likes. Fuck these unsupportive fans. Yeah. Oh, I'm serious. That's me and my buddy Ricky right there. That guy right there with the sunglasses on, that's the guy that helped solidify You guys want to see these pictures? Go over to Twitter and you can go look at them too. That's the guy that helped solidify my name, Benene, actually. He kind of took it and ran with it. He called me Nene today, as a matter of fact. This is my good friend Mark, my neighbor across the street. That's a good picture. He's like, send me that picture, bro. I'm like, all right, man. I'll send it to him. He's like, thank you. Here's a nice shot of the beach. It's got, the picture of me and Mark has no likes. Picture of me and Ricky, though, it's got 2 likes. Thank you. Me and Mark, we don't have any likes on that photo. I don't know why. You guys are scared of hitting a like button for. I don't. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Okay. Like button pressed on the beach picture. Cool. Good. 1 like. Karen says I own one. Engineer girl says they don't need them either. She's talking about girls. Girls don't need high-powered rifles. I think it's okay, says Karen. What do you think of Nasty Nancy's husband getting popped with DUI? Patrick. So, are you telling me that Nancy Pelosi's husband just got a DUI? Is that what you're telling me? And then Kiri should have whatever. You'll have to go on Twitter and read what she said. I'm not going to read that out loud. But you can go to Twitter and go read what Kiri should have, whatever the hell her name is, on that Twitter post. It's my pinned tweet. It says, "What about female AR?" Ooh, it's got 10 likes now. We're halfway to getting a chat back here, guys. Will it happen this show? I don't know. No. 10 likes, guys. Halfway there. Just take 10 more people to go to Twitter and like my pinned tweet. And it wouldn't kill you guys to hit the retweet button while you're there. It says, "What about female AR-15 owners, Jank?" What's so hard about retweeting that tweet? For those of you who liked the tweet and chose not to retweet it, let me know why you're not retweeting it. I'm kind of wondering. What is it? Why won't you hit the retweet button? Let me know. That's 4 of you. 4 of you will like it, but you won't retweet it. Halfway there. We're having a like-a-thon on Twitter. I'm at Nays Garden. And when my pinned tweet gets 20 likes, I'm going to bring the chat up. But until then, the chat's going to stay down. I'm not looking at the chat number. I'm not looking at the chat. It's not up, period. I don't even have the page up on my screen. Watch. Grab my camera and show you. That's my main page. That's the Twitter. That's the Twitter page. And that's Jimmy Dore. That's all I have up on my screen. And my phone is on desktop. I'm not monitoring the chat. I don't give a fuck. Because you guys don't give a fuck about what I'm saying. And when I sit here and I literally beg you for a fucking answer or a reply, you guys just sit there with your fucking thumbs up your asses. So now we're playing hardball. Since nobody wants to play ball, Nay's gonna play hardball. And this is how I'm gonna play. No more chat until I get 20 likes. Now, I've been asking for this for 10 fucking hours. But nobody wants to pop onto Twitter to see what Nay's up to. So, at Nays Garden, pinned tweet. It's really simple. You hit the like, you hit the retweet, or the quote tweet, leave a comment, be supportive for a fucking change. It's a good fucking tweet. Go look at the tweet. Tell me if you disagree with the tweet. Go respond to it if you disagree with what I'm saying. I'm just asking questions. Hard to disagree with a question. I disagree. You disagree what? I'm just saying, what about female AR-15 owners, Jank? I disagree, Nate. You disagree with what? I'm saying, what about them? Kind of hard to disagree with that. So fucking retweet it. Right? Go retweet it. I don't understand what the deal is. I write great shit. You know, I have to deal with this fucking algorithm being silenced, nobody seeing my tweets. Fair enough. Okay, fine. We all know. I've told you all, get Twitter, be supportive, fucking go on Twitter, fucking like my pinned tweets, like my tweets, retweet my tweets, retweet my pinned tweets. I say it all the fucking time. Now, no chat until you guys fucking do this shit. 10 more of you. And I'll sit here and just smoke, listen to Jimmy Dore, you know, do some fucking dips in my chair. I don't give a fuck.
Stalemate and nervous of the possible
Working on
damage to their own
everybody.
economies. Those countries also think of Russia as an inescapable neighbor that cannot be isolated forever. Fisher. Zelensky has said repeatedly that he wants the Russians pushed back to where they were on February 23rd before the large-scale invasion started. Only then, he has said, would Ukraine be prepared to negotiate seriously again with Russia about the sea. Now, he's saying that because the Nazis will kill him if he doesn't. He said again this week that the war will have to end with a diplomatic solution, not a sweeping military victory. But even those aims are considered by some European officials and military experts to be ambitious.
You know what I mean, potato chip? That's
To
right,
get
Professor.
there, Ukraine would have to
Bigger's better.
take back
That's
Kherson
right.
and the rabid city of Mariupol. It would
Bigger's
have to
better.
push
That's right,
Russia
potato
out of
chip.
its land bridge to Crimea
Bigger's better.
and stop Russia from annexing
That's right,
large parts of
buddy.
Donetsk and Luhansk. Many experts fear that is beyond Ukraine's capability. So that's not going to happen. That they're not going to be able to do any of that. And so when Zelensky says, "I'm not going to negotiate until we get," he's bullshitting. They're going to have to negotiate or be crushed.
Fucking re-engineer shit.
Again.
Their brains.
People, like when I
What
hear
the fuck
people-
was that?
I mean, a ton of people saying, like, so Russia's losing because they really screwed up. Is the idea
Russia's
that they're
losing.
because what Putin really wanted was to take all of Ukraine and he didn't get all of it? Is that what they're basing it on? Saying
No,
like, what?
the random people you're referring to that you talk to and see online and what have you are just repeating propaganda told to them by the corporate media. They're being told that Russia's losing. They're being told that Ukraine's winning, and so they just repeat it. That's it. Just like they're like, you know, like remember when we invaded Iraq and there was that guy Baghdad Bob? He would just come out and say, "We're doing great. We're winning." And that's what we're doing. It's called propaganda.
Do you ever watch Johnny Harris, the ex-Mormon?
Yes.
I like it when Johnny Harris slowly discovers things, but he did one on Ukraine. I was like, he was like, Russia says because NATO expanded. No, and like it sounds like it's exactly why it happened because they didn't want NATO to expand.
Who I don't know who Johnny Harris is.
Oh, you got to treat yourself.
Oh, is he some random guy on somewhere, or is he part of
Imagine
the-
if Jackson Hinkle was a really innocent ex-Mormon of a young with blonde hair.
So you're talking about some preacher who's prominent?
New York Times video essayist.
Oh, that's who this guy is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's how it's going to end. There's fissures happening. The people in Europe don't agree with the people in the United States. And what do you think about all that, Jackson? Let me get your wrap up.
I think you're spot on, and more people in the Western press are beginning to admit what's going on because they understand that if the war continues and Russia continues making advances, and just today they secured the town of Liman, which is basically evidence that they're about to fully encircle 16,000 Ukrainian troops in the Donbass. The European economy is going to continue to be hit. Ukraine's going to lose more and more land. NATO is going to become more divided, as is the EU, and weaker. And these things aren't good for the stability and strength of the West, especially when they're gunning up with a war against China. So there's some rational voices, like, oddly enough, Henry Kissinger, that see the writing on the wall and are trying to stop things from getting worse. Unfortunately, I think their voices are few and far between.
Jackson, can I ask you a question? Because I just had a friend, my friend who lives in Romania sent me this, and he was like, well, it's good, now China sees that it can't just go into Taiwan, which that's not what I was taking from it. It looked to me like China's like, we'll go in as soon as the time is right, and we're going to have your own data to figure out when that is. But what is, I mean, is that like who's putting that out there that this is scaring China somehow?
Probably all the think tanks. I mean, all the think tanks in DC right now are not focused on Russia. Everyone in the Beltway is focused on China because they've already seen that the bomb has already exploded in Russia and they see how it's unfolding, and they're all focused on China. But as Trump's former Pentagon senior advisor, Colonel Douglas McGregor, said, so long as Russia and China share a border and there's not a new Sino-Soviet split, they're gonna hold each other up as far as like their commodity and trade exports. I mean, trade between Russia and China has increased 75% since this quarter last year, and they're not gonna let each other fall because if one of them does, then the other one will be soon to fall next. So, if anything, I think China's happy seeing how this is all unfolding and how many countries are coming and saying that they're not going to condemn Russia.
Did China at any point condemn Putin in any way that I'm not aware of? Because somebody said to me, I'm like,
No.
I don't know.
No.
No.
And the BRICS nations, it's Brazil, South Africa, India, all those nations came together and said that they're not going to condemn Russia either.
So the exact opposite is happening. The ruble is stronger than ever. The dollar
Such
is the
great
one that's getting taken
sanctions.
on the chin. We're getting inflation back here at home, food
Idiots.
shortages, gas prices
You got
through the
idiots
roof,
for leaders.
and now the European NATO alliance is starting to have
Such
fixers.
great
So
sanctions.
the exact opposite is happening. I don't know who you think is running the country, but it's not Joe Biden, and we know that because he's demented. We also know it's not Kamala Harris because she talks like she's
sanctions.
demented.
Great
And
sanctions.
so it's somebody from the CIA. Who's running the country? Who's doing this? Who knows? Over to you, sir.
Well, I'm just grateful for having a clean conscience with not using that.
That's right. Everybody wants that?
$11 likes. All right. You guys are 9 likes away from getting a fucking chat back up. And I'm telling you, man, for those of you that are wondering what the, like, somebody might be in here and they hadn't seen me in a couple days and they're like, dude, what happened to Nate? What the fuck's up? Oh, it's easy. Let me tell you what happened to Nate. 2 days ago, I was live. And I was attempting to ask y'all a couple questions, in the chat. And I just sat there and waited, and nobody would say anything. And there was like 20 people watching the show, and I was like, I mean, come on, guys, are you guys even paying attention? And then somebody came in and said something completely irrelevant to what I was saying, and so I said to them, you're changing the. Here's another fawn. I'm like, hey, you're changing the subject on me? You're not even listening to what I'm saying. You're not even listening to what I'm talking about.
Yes, everything is, you meet so many incredible people, so much is happening at such an intense rate. Michelle Obama talks about this in her book, Becoming, that when the intensity is so high, it's hard to remember. Wait till you get home and you not have time to relax, it's all going to start coming back to you. Yes, I hope so. Well, that's what's been fun watching these tapes, is getting to remember all these different things. I am going to take some time off. I'm going to, but I have to keep working.
So there was another fawn earlier. It was younger than that one.
I thought CSI Montecito, you do, it's like, here we are, kind of cops or detectives. All right, what about this?
So I was like, you guys, why won't you talk? Yeah, I understand. You guys get distracted, whatever, you walk away from the screen or whatever. I get it. There's 20 people watching the fucking show, and I couldn't get anybody to say anything. And I was like, okay, whatever. It's fucked up. This morning, I did a show, and the same fucking thing happened again. I had a bunch of people watching, and I was like, dude, check this out, blah, 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 blah. What do you guys think? Nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll say it again. Hey, you guys, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Tell me something in the chat. How do you guys feel about it? Something. Nothing. I'm like, well, I can't fucking keep doing this to myself, man. This is crazy. I sit here with dead air waiting for you guys to respond, and you guys ain't responding, man. You guys ain't saying anything back to me. And I'm like, just fucking dead air because I'm sitting here waiting for you. You know? Ruins my fucking shows, man. And then I wonder why people don't want to watch. You know? It would be nice if you guys would help out. And not just sit there silent. Especially when I'm asking you something. And I know you're there. You know? I'll ask you something and I'll get back, cheers, nay. Cheers, nay. What are you smoking? I'm like, 20 people can't hear me? Can any of you answer me? You know, can somebody try to frickin' hold it together? You know, because Nick Brown's not here, can the rest of you can anybody else try to converse with me, you know? So I was like, all right, well, I tell you what. I go to Twitter and I'll go check and I'll see how many of you are on Twitter wanting a show. And I head over there and there's nobody liking any of my shit at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, you guys don't want to fucking support me over here? You know? Fine. Here's a fucking tweet. I'll pin it. It's the fucking greatest fucking tweet. It's funny. It's great. Like it, retweet it. Get me 20 fucking likes. I'll let the chat back up. Until then, this is working fine for me right now. And it's working fine for me because the last 2 times I went live, you guys weren't saying anything to me in the chat. And you weren't responding to anything that I was asking you. And I was like, why are we even talking about shit? Why don't I just sit here and fucking smoke and just blow smoke rings at the camera? I guess that's all you guys want to do. All of you, collectively. So, I don't know how many people are watching. It could be 1 person right now. It could be 100 people watching right now. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, if there were 100 people, I'm sure my fucking pinned tweet on Twitter on @NavesGarden would have more than 12 fucking likes. What about female AR-15 owners, Jake? You guys see what that's in response to? Oh, it's fucking hilarious. You know, I bet most of you that liked it don't even know what I'm responding to, do you? You guys didn't follow it up, did you? So, Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks, he put this up on the internet. This woman, Nicole Pinkston, said this is unhinged. Which it is, in my opinion. It's fucking unhinged. I agree with her. Cenk says, I don't think there are any good guys with AR-15s. It's only used to massacre people. We'll go through this later. I'm just going to read it to you right now. I think every civilian owner of an AR-15 is unhinged, can't wait to use it, and is a danger to everyone around them, and are almost certainly insecure in their manhood. Nicole says, this is unhinged. I was like, yeah, it's totally unhinged. You know what's unhinged about it? I don't have to wait for the fucking chat now because I'm ignoring you. Isn't this great? Now I can just do the story. By the way, it's only got 12 likes there on Twitter, everybody. No chat until it's got 8 more likes. So if you're one of the 8 people who's going to like that, I'd go like it right now. He says, I don't think there are any good guys with AR-15s. Isn't that funny? Don't all police officers carry those? Doesn't the United States military train with those? Aren't paintball guns designed to be like those? You tell me. It's a popular weapon. Jank goes on to say it's only used to massacre people. That's not true. Like, you know, I could say any gun is used to massacre people. If it's been used to massacre people, that gun's been used for all kinds of shit. And it's not just to massacre people. The thing is, it's the ammunition is cheap. It's an accurate weapon. It fires semi-automatically, so it allows people to fire a whole bunch of bullets at once. And it's like as far as weapons go right now, it's what I believe to be, and what most people probably believe to be, one of the best options for, you know, if you want to come out on top in a gunfight, right? That's why would you get something less? You want to get the best that you can get, right? My point is this: they banned the AR-15. They're just going to get the next best weapon, whatever that's going to be. You know, then people are going to go kill a whole bunch of people with that. People are stupid if they don't think that's possible. I guess it's just a matter of time before somebody with a handgun and a couple of clips goes in and kills a whole bunch of kids with a handgun, you know? It's bound to happen sooner or later, as many people are doing this shit. So once again, he's wrong when he says it's only used to massacre people. That's bullshit. Okay, so it's unhinged. He says, I think every civilian... Oh, so wait. Before it was, I don't think there are any good guys with AR-15s. But now he's saying unhinged. Now he's totally unhinged. Because now he's going to separate civilians from police department. Or military, right? So now he says it. I think every civilian owner of an AR-15 is unhinged. Can't wait to use it and is a danger to everyone around them. That's bullshit. You know what, my buddy, he's got a whole bunch of AR-15s. He enjoys taking it to a shooting range and firing it off at shooting range. And that's it. You know, there's not the kind of person to go around shooting people. You know, he's a very hinged individual. In fact, Jank, I'd offer as a witness, and I'd testify to this in court, that he's way more hinged than you horse fucking weirdo. He's way more fucking hinged than your horse fucking ass will ever be, Jank. But I digress. Oh, by the way, my tweet still only has 12 likes on it. My pinned tweet at Nays Garden, not at Nays Garden Show. It's at Nays Garden. And my pinned tweet still only has 12 likes. No chat until that thing gets 8 more likes. And I'd like to see 20 retweets too. Why aren't you guys retweeting it? Why aren't you guys retweeting it? What is wrong with you all? I don't understand you guys. You know, you can retweet something as many times as you want. I'm gonna we're just gonna stop doing the goddamn chat, and I'm gonna stop talking to y'all. How about that? How about that? I'm just gonna do my show and come in here and get high, do my show, not talk to you guys anymore. I'll see you guys on Twitter. And then it gets to this. Is a danger to everyone around them. Which, of course, is not true. I know from personal experience. I have a friend that's got them, and he's not a danger to anyone. And then he says at the very end, are almost certainly insecure in their manhood. So then I said this. What about female AR-15 owners, Jank? This is the tweet that I want you guys to like, retweet. And we won't have chat in here until that's got 20 likes, and I might even say 20 retweets, because retweets, you guys can retweet that as many times as you want. What the fuck are you all doing? So when you guys want chat show, again, let me know by liking that, sharing it around. And until then, no chat. And I don't care what the fuck you guys are saying in chat. I'm not even going to go back and look at them. I don't care. All right? All right. I'll be on Twitter from now on, guys. It's just too bad. You guys just totally can't even fucking get this right. It's such a fucking disappointment. How do you click on the goddamn tweet? Why can't I click on the tweet? I guess that's it. All right.